So go vegan. Uh, why?
Well, we don't want to harm animals, right? I don't want to harm an animal. We don't have to.
Okay. So like, what are we gonna do with the rest of the animals if we just let them go? Like a
Well,
cow.
we're not going to let them go tomorrow, but I mean, we'll put them in sanctuaries. Worst scenario.
Okay, but that's just free food for like the jungle, though, right? Like, how's a cow gonna defend himself?
No, we'll put them in sanctuaries where they'll be taken care of, right?
Uh, so like little villages for them to like grow up
Just
like
farms, just farms where they're given food and shelter, right? Instead of being harmed and slaughtered, we help them. Isn't why would you want to harm an animal? What justifies harming animals to you?
Nah, there's no good reason, bro. Nah. Yeah, nah, I don't. Yeah, it's no good reason. Nah.
All right, guys, keep tapping. Got some more people in here today. Thank you.
So I have a question. What do you think about how people, especially in poverty, are able to access like vegan options less readily?
Yeah, I disagree with that entire notion that you had to be rich to be vegan. That's nonsense. I
I
think
don't
that
think you have to be rich to be vegan,
yeah,
but I think
I'm
specifically in America, where, like, let's be honest, most of the food you can buy that is able to be afforded by people who are low income, or the food you get at the food pantry is not going to be vegan.
no. I think most foods that are vegan are very cheap. Pastas, beans, rices,
But what if you can't
fruits
afford
and
food at all?
vegetables. Well, you can. There's ways to budget as a vegan. There are people that are homeless
I'm
that are
talking
vegan.
about people in poverty who are only able to access food via like a food pantry.
Okay, then, well, man, I'm sorry, but then they should go look for vegan options as much as they can.
Right,
And
there is no vegan options.
well, then they
So
then
is shaming people like that okay?
nobody's shaming. Look, ma'am, you have this whole thing confused. As a vegan, I never say that everybody must eat all plants, and if you don't, no matter what, you're terrible. No, what I'm saying is that we as people have the ability to minimize the harm, reduce the harm we're causing as much as we practically can. It
I
has
think
nothing to
I,
do
I
with
think
being
a lot
perfect.
of people do, but I do think that there's a subset of people who do not. And I think it's important, especially in conversations about veganism, where it gets pretty volatile, and there are a lot of vegans who shame people who cannot do the lifestyle.
Nobody shames
Oh, I'm
people.
not saying you.
We're
I'm saying
shaming
in
your action.
general.
We're shaming your actions because you're harming animals for no good reason.
Well, you shouldn't shame the actions of people who honestly have no choice.
Everybody has a choice. Everybody has a choice in this world.
If the answer is
What matters
starve
what
or
matters is
eat
what matters is
accessible food,
look, what
then the
matters is
answer
are you
is eat
doing
accessible food.
look, what matters is are you doing your best? That's what matters. Are you doing your best to take care of the animals? Are you doing your best to take care of other people around you? That's all vegans care about. Not about being perfect, man. Nobody is perfect. I can assure you that.
Well,
But
you just said we shame their actions. So, like, I'm not
yes,
talking specifically
we,
to me, but I work with a population of people. I mean, I have had to bring food boxes to families because I work as a therapist. And let me tell you, there are people all over this world, there are people right down my street who cannot afford to feed their kids, who can't afford to feed themselves.
I
And the
understand that.
only
I
option they
understand
have,
that, ma'am. I
is a
understand.
box full of mac and cheese. So,
I
those people,
understand.
we
I
should
understand.
never shame their actions.
I understand, man, but we can shame the actions if they don't need to eat those mac and cheese, that they have other options. That's who we're talking
Yes.
about. Because most people are not in that kind of poverty, right? Most people
Well,
can't afford
eh,
food. So, hey, if you can afford food, you can afford pasta, beans, and rices and staple foods of a vegan diet. There's no good reason, in my view, for anybody to intentionally harm an animal if they don't have to. Period. This applies to everybody, no matter how poor or rich you are.
I can agree to that. So then my question is, so I am not vegan. I would consider myself to be conscientious, but like I'm not vegan because I have chickens and I go out every morning and I go get my chicken eggs. Those chickens
Yeah.
are very well cared for, but by definition, that is not veganism.
Yeah, look, man, there's always gray areas, and some vegans will say, "Oh, that's okay." I disagree with those. I think that what you're doing is a little weird. You're, keeping chickens in your backyard. Imagine if I kept people in my backyard, and every time they,
So is
gave
all
breast milk
animal
or
ownership wrong?
no, I think that first of all, no animal is owned. I don't think. I think that you can take care of animals and
Yes,
rescue
I'm
them,
talking like well,
but
that was a
you
legal
don't
jargon
own an
term, but
animal.
yes.
You don't own anybody. But
Yes, semantically, that's semantics.
I will
Do
say
you
that
think that having an animal that you take care of, I have a dog laying at the foot of my bed right now, is that wrong?
it depends. I think that if you breed animals just to have them as pets, I think that's wrong because many of those animals that are bred become stray and they don't
That's
have homes.
incorrect.
And
Dogs
no,
who are
ma'am,
properly,
let
it
me
is
finish.
no, no,
Let me
no, no, no.
finish.
Let me talk
Let me
about because
finish.
that's just false. If you breed,
It's not false. Many animals, many dogs end up stray or without homes because a lot of breeders breed without any regulation just to make a profit. I think that's wrong. We should not be exploiting animals for profit. Period. Now, if you're going to rescue an animal and take care of it, that's a different story, man. But we're not talking about that. We're not talking about the gray areas, which is what most non vegans always love to swim around. You're swimming around the issue. The big elephant in the room is hey, 90 billion land animals are slaughtered every year. Why? Why do we do this? That's the big question, man. And so far, nobody has a good justification to me. Not one person has ever given a good justification for continuing factory farming or animal farming. So, do you have a justification for harming animals that don't need to be harmed? Or do you want to continue wasting our time?
listen, so here's the thing. You literally just jumped conversation topics. Let's go back to the breeding thing. Because yes, many dogs end up as strays, but I'm talking about ethical breeding. I am talking about dogs that are bred, for example, for service dog work. You need a particular dog with a particular temperament to guide the blind. And these dogs love this job.
I'm not talking
Dogs
about
that
those
are
dogs,
bred,
man.
you made
I'm
a
not talking
blanket
about those
statement.
dogs.
But you
Okay,
made a
man.
blanket statement. You're like, if you're breeding dogs, that's wrong.
If you're
There are
breeding
dogs
dogs,
being
if
bred
you're
all the time
breeding,
where it's not
man,
wrong.
hold on. Every situation needs to be considered. I understand that every circumstance is different. You're the one blanketing everything as I'm the bad guy
No,
here.
no,
No,
you
hold on.
literally
Look at the
verbatim said,
points.
if
Ma'am, hold
you
on.
breed
Hold on.
animals, you are wrong. That was verbatim, word
I
for
never
word.
said that as a blanket statement.
But
And
you did. It came out of your mouth. Your mouth moved and those words popped out.
well, that's because you're not actually listening to what I'm saying.
I
You just
was.
then listen.
Oh, I
If you
am. I
breed
heard you.
Great. If you breed animals for the sake of breeding them and having them as your pet, that's wrong. Because animals are not just for fun. There's reasons to have an animal companion or not. But we should
You
consider
do
those
understand
reasons.
that working
But
dogs are pets too, right?
I'm not talking about working dogs, ma'am. I'm talking about most breeders. Now,
Most breeders who
let's
are
get back
quality
to the
breeders are
elephant. Let's
ethical.
get back to the elephant in the room. 90 billion animals are slaughtered in factories every year. Why do you do this?
Okay, I'm not there slaughtering animals. We were talking
But
about
you're paying for it. You're the one paying for it.
you're
Why do you
literally jumping topics. We were
No, we're
talking
not.
about
Ma'am,
ownership of animals and whether that is considered in
ma'am,
your idea of veganism as
ma'am,
vegan.
ma'am, we're not talking about that because that's
We
actually
were.
irrelevant to
Oh my
veganism.
god, you're so stupid, dude. We were literally talking about it. What the fuck?
No, what I'm saying is that's irrelevant to the main elephant in the room. Oh, she left. Guys, come on. 90 billion animals die every year in factories. And the moment that she couldn't answer that question, she runs away, right? Come on. We all say we love animals. We all know we love animals. So why do you harm them? You know? And I understand you guys on the other side, you want to, take your jabs at the vegan. I understand that. But come on, at least hear me out for a second, right? So the next victim in here.
Hello.
there are gray areas to every ethical framework. There are always gray areas. There's always circumstances that are not clear, that are not black and white. It happens to every ethical system, right? But the main problem is that we are causing so much harm that is unnecessary. That's the problem I care about.
Are you vegan?
Yes.
Then why was you on the TikTok the other day saying to eat dogs? Isn't that meat?
It's satire, man, meant to point out the hypocrisies in non-vegans' viewpoints.
Oh my God. I'm the one that reported you.
Okay, well, I hope you're a vegan because I agree. You should report people who eat dogs, just like we should report people who eat cows and pigs. There's no good reason to do those things. So, are you a vegan, ma'am? Okay. Have a good day. Hi, how are you? Hello? People just sit on the microphone and just like,
Ooh.
hi, how are you?
Hello. I'm well. My name is Corporal Belland. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not playing that game today.
I
I'm tired of that nonsense. Keep tapping, guys. Keep.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Oh, how are you?
Good. So I have a question. Do you I have a couple silly questions. Do you drive a vehicle?
Yeah, we're not going to do this. You're not going to ask me 20 questions. What justifies
No, it's
what?
just two simple questions. Do you drive a vehicle?
Of course, I drive a vehicle, sir. I need to
Right,
get
do
to
you
work.
drive a vehicle to non-essential things, friends' houses, movies?
This
those
has
kinds of things?
nothing to do with
It
anything I'm
has
debating,
everything
sir.
to do
Can
with
you
it. It
please
has
get? Can
everything
you
to do with
please?
being
Do you
vegan.
please have an argument today,
100%.
sir? Do you have an argument today?
Absolutely. Do you
What
drive
is
to
it?
non-essential items?
We're not talking about driving. We're talking about these topics, sir.
We're talking about vegan, right? We're talking about vegan. Do you drive to
Me
areas?
driving has nothing to do with veganism.
It absolutely does.
No, it
Absolutely
doesn't.
does.
Sir,
And it
do you know
may
what,
sound silly. It may sound silly, but
sir,
the amount of animals that
sir,
you murder on the
sir,
way from your friend's
sir?
house to your friend's house doing non-essential things is pure murder. You're
No,
killing
it's not
insects.
murder to drive a
You're
car,
putting
sir.
let me
Driving a
finish.
car
You're
is not
putting
murder.
potential animals
Sir,
at risk
please, this is
by
ridiculous. This
slaughtering
is
them on the road.
ridiculous, sir.
You are
Sir,
not a good person, dude. You're creating what you wanted to.
this is ridiculous. Driving a car is a necessity. I have to get to work, sir. Okay? Vegans don't think that you shouldn't drive cars. That's not what veganism
Necessity, dude.
means.
You
So
obviously
you
drive to your
don't
friend's house.
you don't know what veganism means, sir. What do you think veganism means?
Is to do less harm. You're obviously not doing
No, it's not to do
because you're
less
doing
harm.
things that are
That's not what it means
non-essential
to be
with your
vegan.
vehicle.
Sir, that's not what veganism means. It doesn't mean
You
to do
keep
less
putting me on
harm.
mute. You're demanding more slave labor. That's what.
I'm not demanding more slave labor. I'm a victim of the system I'm in. I cannot choose to not drive a car. If
Stop
I
putting
did,
me
I'd
on
be
mute, bro.
homeless.
Stop putting me on
Sir.
mute because you're embarrassing.
Yeah. Look, he wants to come up and say, "Oh, look, you drive a car. You drive a car." I know I drive a car, but that has nothing to do with veganism. Veganism is not about being a perfect human being who causes no harm ever. That's not what it means. That's not what it means, guys. But look at what you guys are trying to do. You're trying to say, "Oh, look, you drive a car, so let me go ahead and slaughter this pig," right? You're trying to give a justification. You're trying to say, "Aha, you do bad, so I get to do lots of bad." I can't be perfect. But what you can do is be practical. It is practical to not harm animals. That is practical. It is not practical to make everybody get rid of their cars. That is not practical. I have to get to work. I have to make a living. And yes, I know on the way, the system I'm in says that people have to be harmed for that. Animals have to be harmed to that. I can't stop all death and harm, but I can minimize it practically. I can reduce it practically. And it's not practical to get rid of cars and get rid of phones. That's not practical. What is practical is to eat plant-based. Anybody can do that.
Why is that practical to go vegan? Why?
Because anybody can do it.
But I'm not a rabbit and I don't like lettuce.
Okay, so you don't have to eat lettuce, first of all, but lettuce is, that's your opinion. I'm talking about veganism. We're not talking about diets, right? We're talking about ethics. So what justifies slaughtering and abusing and raping animals to you?
I don't know. I like steak. Tastes
Okay,
good.
so you
I mean,
think you think
that's
that you think meat
they
tastes good, so you get to harm an animal for that?
well they believe like if it wasn't for us learning how to cook meat, we'd still be like caveman people because it was the proteins and the stuff that we bring out in cooking meat that had us evolve,
No,
had our
there's
brains
so
evolve.
first of all, there's no evidence that that's the case. But more importantly, who cares? We no longer have to eat meat to be healthy or strong or mentally strong. We can still be vegan and be very happy and healthy. So again, what justifies to you slaughtering cows and raping animals?
I'm not graping any animals.
You are. You're paying for it. Every time we breed animals into existence, we have to
Well,
forcibly
on
impregnate them.
TikTok, graping means raping.
I know that, sir. Now, what justifies raping animals?
Nobody's graping animals.
You
We're
are.
we're
Look,
slaughtering them to
so
eat them
exactly. But where do you think these animals come from? We have to breed them into
from the earth.
existence. Let me speak. Just let me speak, sir. Every time you buy meat in the store, that has to be replaced. Where does that cow come from? Factories. We have to breed them into existence, forcibly, and you know what to them to make babies.
Farmers.
Then we have to do that to get milk as well. So we are sexually assaulting these animals all the time in factories every day. What justifies that? Why do you pay for this?
I don't know. I get all my meat, both cow and pork from farmers who don't do that
They
though.
do. They have to breed animals to make more.
Yeah, they have
don't.
bulls. At least
They
my
don't take.
farmer has a bull
Sir, please
and
listen.
a
Please
male
listen.
pig.
Please listen, sir. The animals don't come from the wild. Okay, we have to breed them into existence, billions per year. Okay, so many of these animals are being raped, but all of them are being killed. So again, what justifies abusing and harming and killing these animals for no good reason?
Because bacon tastes good.
Okay, so it's all about the taste for you. Okay, so if a dog tasted good, would you eat a dog? Would you think that's okay?
I actually met a Filipino guy, and he said he missed dogs.
Yes or no, sir? Yes or no? Would you eat a dog? Yes or no?
Sure, sure.
Okay. If a person tasted good, would you kill and eat a person?
Probably not.
Probably not. So
Yeah,
so
because
you would think
if
it's
I
okay
was
to
out in
eat.
the middle of the
So,
ocean
sir,
or
do you
something,
think it's okay?
and my life depended on eating somebody who
Okay.
just died, yeah, I would.
Okay, great. So why do you think it's
I don't
wrong
think I'd
to
off him
eat?
though.
Okay. So why do you think it's wrong to eat a person for their taste, but perfectly okay to eat a dog for their taste?
We're more intelligent, and I think that we have ways and means to get our own food.
Okay,
Whether
great.
that's
So we're more
hunting
intelligent. Okay.
for that, I mean, for like hunting for rabbit and squirrel and deer,
Okay.
all that's fine by me.
So you're saying that we're more intelligent, so we get to harm them. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
That's what they were on the earth for.
Okay.
If
I
it
am-
wasn't me eating them, it'd be a predator in the wild would eventually
No,
get them.
that's not true because we don't take them from the wild. We breed these animals into existence. But okay, you're saying it's intelligence. What if there was a human baby who was they're clearly not as smart as me or you? So does that justify killing and eating babies because they're not as smart?
Absolutely not.
Okay, great. So why is it wrong
I
to
don't-
eat a baby even
'Cause
though
that
they
would be
have
cannibalism,
intelligence? Hold on,
and-
sir. Hold on. Why is it wrong to eat a baby even though their intelligence is on par with humans, with animals?
Because that would be cannibalism.
And what's wrong
And
with that? What's
There-
wrong with
there isn't
cannibalism to you?
too many animals in the wild that rely on cannibalism.
No, sir. What is wrong with cannibalism morally?
You just don't eat your own kind.
Okay, great.
Even
Why not?
animals
What's
don't
the
really
what's
do
the
that.
difference? Why
Lions
eat
don't
your own
eat
kind?
lions
What's the morally relevant difference between humans and other animals that justifies eating them?
Because they taste good.
I know you said that before, sir. I know, but I'm telling you that taste, you wouldn't harm a person if they tasted good. So why not? Why would you not harm a person if they taste good, but you would kill a cow if they taste good? What's the difference?
They are animals. They are not
So are we.
the superior species in the world.
What do you mean by superior? In what way are we superior that justifies killing them?
Because there's no other beings or even close to human thinking.
Well, there are pigs, cows, dogs. They're
They're not
as
on the
smart as
level as
toddlers.
humans,
They're as
though.
smart as babies and toddlers. They are as smart as us. But more importantly, what if there was somebody who was disabled? They had the same intelligence as a chicken or a pig. Would that be okay to kill that disabled person?
Of course not, because they're human.
Okay,
It's
great.
called- yeah,
So
I know what
so
you're
it's-
trying to get
so
to.
then
It's
it's not the
empathy.
intelligence, right? So then it's
But
not
it's
the intelligence.
empathy,
Hold on.
right?
It's not-
Empathy.
Well, then it's not the intelligence because no matter how intelligent a person was, you would still not eat them. So what is it? Is it just because we're human?
Yeah. I mean, we went out hunting as, unknowledged people, like to
Look,
survive.
okay, I know we did that in the past, sir, but does that make it okay today? We don't have to anymore.
Well, yeah,
right?
because as far as I understand, like the nuts and stuff that vegans eat take way more water than a cow will in their entire life. They have to
What?
basically
No, that's not true at
kill
all.
every
Vegan-
single
no, that's
animal.
not true, sir.
You have to kill every single animal in an area so you can get your damn vegetables.
No, that's not true at all. That's a lie. You made that up out of your butt.
No, I'm
But-
not, because
Okay, then give
the
me a source.
animals
Then
that
give
are
me a
out
source.
there
Okay, great,
that
sir. Please,
eat
please,
the vegetables,
please.
we kill them.
Shh. Please, sir. First of all, 75% of crops in the world are grown for fucking meat eaters, right? Not for vegans, for you guys. But more importantly, give me one source that says all the animals die. All the animals die. Give me one source that shows that.
Well,
Can you
they
give me a
said that
source?
there was a farm that's in California that grows all these different kinds of
Sir,
vegetables.
can you
and
give me a
fruits,
scientific
okay?
source? Can you give me a
And it
source that's
is.
scientific?
I could go look it up, but they said in 1 year they killed 19,000 animals.
And in 1 year, meat eaters killed 90 billion.
Oh well, at least they're being
What do you
produced
mean,
to
oh
feed
well?
us.
Look, you can't use this
But
argument against
vegans
me.
are killing
Sir,
animals
please,
just as-
please. You can't use this argument against me because you're killing way more animals and you're doing all of them intentionally. I am not harming any animals intentionally. I harm 0 animals intentionally. The crop deaths that happen in crop fields are necessary because we have to eat something.
Well, runoff from fields, pesticides into our local streams and everything else are killing animals too, buddy.
Yeah, and most pesticides
you-
are grown
you-
for meat eaters.
No, they're not. Most
Okay.
pesticides are to protect farms. In your farming,
Which most farms are animal farms.
no, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, they are not.
75% of
No, you're
crops
not.
around the
You're
world
totally
are
wrong.
fed to animals for animal feed.
Some of it is, but we don't produce
No,
wheat
75%.
for. We
75%.
do not produce wheat for anybody but
crops.
ourselves.
Sir, please listen.
And vegetables and everything else are grown on farms, which use pesticides and
I know
herbicides.
that, sir. I know we use
And
pesticides.
kill animals
Shh, please, sir.
also.
Please, come on. Shh. I know we use pesticides.
It kills animals also, don't it?
Shh.
So you can have your healthy fruit
Please,
and
please,
vegetables.
please, sir. Please, come on. Don't pontificate. I understand that we use
But your
pesticides.
argument is much.
Shh.
It's
Sir, I understand that we use pesticides. The problem is you're using a fuck ton more for no reason. That's the problem. I know we use pesticides. We cannot stop that. I can't stop eating food. I'll die, okay? That's ridiculous. But what you can do is reduce the amount of crop deaths by being vegan. If you care about crop deaths, if you care about the animals dying in crop fields, go vegan. You're arguing against yourself. So give an argument that shows slaughtering 90 billion animals is better. Can you do that?
well, there's only two types of cows that we eat, and that is corn-fed or
Thank you, sir.
grass-fed.
Thank you, sir.
Grass.
Thank you, sir.
Grass.
Yeah.
Grass or corn-fed.
Yeah.
And we have an abundance of corn. I agree. But you're
Okay,
trying to
now
make
can
an
you give a
argument
counter argument
that
now?
90%
Can you give a counter argument now?
of the pesticides and stuff in the food that we grow are for animals. That just is like totally wrong. We're not
Sir, can
feeding
you give an argument
90%
now?
of our
Can
corn
you give an argument
to
now
cows.
that demonstrates we should harm animals?
I care less about harming animals.
Why?
I
Why do you
don't
not
care
care?
about them.
Okay, so
Unless they're extinct,
okay, great,
I
sir.
care
So
less.
okay, great. So
If
if I went up
We
to a
can
dog,
breed these
sir,
animals into existence to eat on their own every day. I could get a new cow. That's great. It's gonna feed me.
Sir, can you please listen and engage in the conversation? I know you can eat cows, but so can I eat people, right? Just because you
Sure,
can
if you
eat
want
something
to.
doesn't make it, hold on. Just because you can eat somebody doesn't make it okay. I want you to justify your actions. Why do you harm and slaughter animals when you don't have to? When there's a better way?
Because I don't really care for fruits and vegetables. And I mean, I do. I like most of them, the majority of them, but I gotta have something on the side with my meat.
Okay, great, sir. You can have all kinds of foods that are plant-based. You don't have to eat meat, right? Now, if you're saying that the only reason why you're going to kill animals is because of taste, well, I'm sorry, sir, but taste doesn't justify killing somebody. But now we're going back to square one because
Animals aren't people, so get over it.
but they're
don't
conscious and
have the
sentient like
same-
people.
They don't have the same moral existence.
What does that mean? What does a moral existence mean? Thank you. Thank you for that. Hello? You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you please engage? Can you please give a counter argument? What justifies harming animals?
Well, I don't know. They do not provide anything but nourishment. They don't produce an economy. They don't
The same can be said for babies.
give anything to the world.
The same can be
Other
said
than
for
their
babies.
existence.
The same could be said for babies. Babies don't contribute to the economy. Babies don't harm you. Babies don't take care of you. They give nourishment. I can eat babies. Does it make it good? No, it doesn't make it
As
good.
a person is born, their life is put on the stock market. So therefore, they do contribute.
Their life is put on the stock market. What does that even mean?
Yeah, everybody has a total value, And as you get older, your value either increases or decreases.
Okay, so what if
within
there,
the
what if
economy.
there's somebody, what if there's somebody who is born in a tribe? Would that be okay to kill that person in a tribe?
I don't know. You just don't. I mean, morally, as a person, we're not going to kill somebody to eat them.
I agree, but the same reasons why we don't want to harm people are the same reasons why you don't want to harm animals. Because we're the same in the ways that matter morally. We're both sentient, we're both conscious, we both don't want to die and don't have to die. For those reasons, I treat animals like people morally. There's no other way, there's no reason not to.
Well, I'm glad that you have that belief on your own. I don't
No,
agree.
I don't care about your beliefs, sir. I want an argument that demonstrates I'm incorrect.
Basically, they were put on the earth to eat.
And why do you say that?
Because every other predator out there eats animals to survive.
All right, have a good day, sir.
What's up, buddy?
Hi, how are you?
How you doing? I just disagree with the part of going vegan. Anybody can go vegan, but I'd rather not. Okay, necessarily, I think we're supposed to be eating meat, and for health reasons too, honestly. And
No,
honestly, if you care for the plants, why are you killing the plants?
I don't care for plants. Plants aren't sentient. But first
I
of
care
all,
for plants.
meat does not make you healthy.
I think
Uh,
meat does make you healthy.
there's no
Without meat,
evidence that it makes you healthier than any vegan can be, right? That's the problem. Vegans can be healthy, vegans can be perfectly fine.
but
The problem is you don't have to harm animals to be healthy. That's the point. So what to you justifies slaughtering and harming and assaulting animals?
I think it's just in our nature. We see an animal, it looks good. We're gonna obviously we don't do it to dogs and cats and stuff like that. I think that's a little too immoral. But I think a cow,
Okay,
chicken, and all
okay.
that stuff is fine.
That's peculiar. Why do you think it's bad to harm a dog but okay to harm a cow? What's the difference?
I think it's easier to farm a cow, so the meat will be healthier than a dog.
Okay, what if there were some dogs that we could breed and farm for food? Would you think that's okay to eat dogs?
I don't know, because dogs are used for more than more than like for protection, sheep herd. You can use a dog for beneficial. A cow you really can't use besides maybe this maiden and this what their manure.
The same with a human baby, right? A human baby is no good for all they do is shit and eat all day, right? So do you think it's okay to kill babies and eat them because they don't contribute to us? They're no use for us?
No, not to a human, obviously. But if I was a wolf or a lion and I see
Okay,
a
great.
baby,
So why is
yeah,
it okay to kill a cow when they have no use for us, but wrong to kill a person if they have no use for us?
no, it depends what you are, because obviously cannibalism ain't right. So
Why
you would
not?
not eat your
Why
own
not? Why
people,
is it wrong?
because cannibalism, because it's not right. You can't eat your own kind. It really
Why
don't make any
not?
sense.
Why not? Why not?
Because you really don't see. Nah, you got monkeys be eating themselves. That's true. I really can't use that as an analogy, but yeah, but you wouldn't do that to a human. It really don't make sense because a
Why not? Why is it wrong to harm a person but okay to harm a cow? What's the difference?
one, if you harm a human, that's jail time. If you harm a cow, there's no jail time.
We're not talking about legality, right? I know you go to jail, but let's just forget about jail. We're talking about ethics. Why is it ethically acceptable to slaughter a cow but not a person?
So, no, there is act the same. You have to understand that the same thing. One side is literally cannibalism and it's immoral. A cow, it's
Why?
easy.
Look, I'm asking you why. I'm asking you why is it immoral? Why? What's your ethical reason?
Immoral because in human nature that was never really a thing to do. Cannibalism is actually
Yes,
like
it was. Yes, it
the
was. Our ancestors were cannibals. Many of our human ancestors ate each other.
maybe out of starvation.
No,
You
for
sure it wasn't out of
nutrition. Humans
starvation?
are,
I feel like it's more
sir,
out of starvation.
please let me speak.
Go ahead, do you think?
Humans are very nutritious. We have all the nutrients your body needs, and they're very bioavailable. You can eat a person and be healthy. So why is it wrong when our ancestors did it?
Yeah, now that's just wrong. I think you probably can get diseases from stuff like that.
They're very rare.
Yeah, but
Just
I
like
see
you can
like
get diseases from eating cow meat or chicken meat or pig meat. It's the same rate. It's the same rate of disease.
no, you could say that we necessarily do it today anyway. What was that? People be drinking baby blood now, so it's a
Oh
you
my
could
God, sir! Can you please answer the? Can you please like track what justifies harming animals but not people?
people are more beneficial than the animals.
In what way? In what
And
way?
and creating and helpful civilization, kinda, yeah.
Okay, great. So what if there's a person who could not create anything and was never helpful to society? Would it be okay to eat that person?
Nah, cause he probably didn't care for himself, so he probably got bad diseases in him.
Sir, they're disabled. They're disabled. Would it be
Oh
okay to
damn!
kill that
Oh,
person?
I thought you meant like the person that didn't take care of himself. But nah, you was the one that's wrong. And honestly, I'm gonna have to go with this part
Why?
too.
Why is it wrong, sir? Can you give a reason?
Because it's immoral and it's cannibalism. It's like cannibalism is like
That's
factually
you're just
wrong.
reiterating yourself. Why is it wrong to eat somebody?
Because it's illegal and you go to jail. Like I said, you don't go to jail for killing a cow.
Yeah, we're not talking about legality. We're talking about morality, right? Why is it morally wrong to eat somebody?
Morally wrong because it's just well, it's just not part of our nature. Cannibalism is not part of human nature.
Yes, it
Not
is.
necessarily.
It's part of our nature to eat
No,
meat, all kinds of meat, sir. It's also part of our nature to grape, right? Our ancestors graped each other. They enslaved each other. Does that make it okay because our ancestors were slave owners? Should we do it today too?
yeah, but then we updated and we fell out of that, that tree.
Exactly. Exactly. Just because we did something in the past doesn't make it okay today. So
But wouldn't you
why
think it'd be
should
more
you
harmful for the
harm
world if
animals
everybody
today?
was a vegan? But I was saying, wouldn't it be more harmful for the world if everybody was vegan?
No, absolutely not. It'd be a way better world. Less water
Because
usage, less cropland usage, less trees
okay,
destroyed, more, less
okay,
carbon
but understand this.
emissions, less
Do you
animal
know how you
suffering.
protect? But do you know how you protect the vegan farm?
There is no such thing as a vegan farm.
No, I'm saying like farms that do that vegan, like plants, tomatoes, and all that stuff. Do you know how many animals they unalive to protect the crops?
Way less than any meat eater kills. Way less.
No,
Way
I don't
less
know if you
animals
necessarily
die
see it
in
because
crop fields.
there's a videos in Australia of thousands of monkeys getting sniped just to protect people crops and their own chickens to protect. So are you going to speak up for those
Okay, sir.
thousands of?
What percent of crops in the world are grown for humans? Do you know?
I don't know. I would say like mostly every farm animals and stuff. Like how many farms are in the world?
75% of crop farms around the world are grown for animal consumption, not for humans. So by, eating animal products, you're causing more crop deaths. You're causing more of those monkeys to be shot. You're causing more harm. Let alone the fact that we are not intentionally harming animals by eating a crop.
You have to understand, brother. It's just that's part of nature. That's part of like human life.
But it doesn't have to be. We can change.
Okay, so would you consider like what they did back in the day for clothing? Would you think that's immoral to kill an animal for clothing?
Absolutely.
I'm talking about back in the human age days. You know how they killed an animal for fur?
Well,
They
we
didn't have
don't live.
they didn't have a Balenciaga and Louis Vuitton back then.
We don't
have
live in the caveman days anymore, sir. I agree. It was for them, it was justified, but today we have other options, right? So why do you choose the more harmful option? Why?
Not necessarily because they still do it to today.
I know, but why would you want to choose to harm those animals?
Because we're hungry.
Okay. So if I'm hungry, can I eat you?
Huh? Or if you want to eat me, pause. But nah, why would you do that when there's
Look,
when there's
if
a
I'm
cow around?
hungry, look, you're saying what justifies me harming animals is I'm hungry. Okay, great. So if I'm hungry, does that justify eating dogs, eating people, eating babies? Is that okay? It's all good
It
now?
depends about the chain of the animal you are. Like if you're a lion, then yeah. If like I said, a lion
No,
is gonna
we're
grab a
not talking
cow.
about lion ethics. We're talking about human ethics, right?
But who's
Why
to
is
say
it
we
wrong
don't
to
have
harm
the
the
same
person?
ethics as a cow? I mean, as a lion.
What?
Who say we don't have the same ethics as a lion and other animals?
We're not lions. We don't have lion
No, I'm
ethics.
not saying that. I'm saying who say we don't have like the same like instincts as them, you know?
Sir, I don't have lion instincts. I don't
No,
see deer and
but
go,
other
"Ooh,
animals do
eh,
have the same instincts
eh."
as a lion. like
I
a
don't want to eat deer, sir. I want
but
to
at the
eat
same time,
plants.
I said
Sir, can
not
you get
every
back on
person has.
track? Can you get back on track? Okay. What justifies harming animals when it's not needed? Can you do
Right.
that for us today?
It's what do you mean when it's not needed? Obviously, you don't harm an animal when it's not needed. That's immoral and it's not
Okay,
nice.
well, great. So, do you need to eat a cow? Do you need to eat a cow?
Oh, absolutely. Look, I don't eat pigs, so why would I eat a pig if I can eat a
Why
cow?
do you need Why do you need to eat a cow when you have other plant-based options available?
Because why would I want to eat something that's plant based and factory made when I can have something
Oh,
organic?
okay. So now you just don't like the way the vegan food tastes.
No, because at the same time, it's factory made and chemical based.
It's not chemical based, sir. Vegan foods are fruits, vegetables, and beans and
Yeah, but
pastas and
also with
rices.
a
They're not
bunch of
factory made, sir.
yeah, but if that's just a bunch of clumped up stuff they put together, like why would I want that when I can go to a slaughterhouse and I can see my animal get unalive organically and I know what I'm eating?
Sir, the meat you're buying in the store is a bunch of stuff clumped up, right? Plants are fruits and vegetables, and nobody makes those in factories. There's no vegetable factory. We're making vegetables. All right, let's put the carrots here. All right, guys, let's put the stem in the carrot. Okay, nobody's doing that. We grow these crops and we eat them. What justifies slaughtering animals? If it's only because you don't want to be because you want to be whole foods, you can be a whole foods vegan, right? If you really wanted to, you could be a whole food plant-based person. Why do you not do that?
Because that's just like that's not part of my diet.
I
That
know
means that,
that, sir. I
but
know
don't you
that.
think?
But
I know,
what justifies
for
not
me to
becoming
go plant
plant-based?
based, for me to go plant based is so out of my thing now. Like remember, I've been eating meat for over 27 years, so now you have to think about it. I have to change my whole plant based diets
No,
for
you
someone
don't. It's a
to
look.
eat.
It's sorry. It took me one day to just go vegan. It's like that. You just change, right?
No, you don't become
You just
vegan in
stop
one
eating
day.
animal
You try it
products.
out for a couple of weeks, and then until you like it or not.
Yeah, try it out for a couple weeks.
No,
I
I did.
guarantee
No,
you
to
that
be
you'll
honest
be
with you, bro,
okay.
I
That you'll.
tried it. I swear to God, I tried it. I swear to God, I tried it. And on my life, I
Great.
liked it for a couple of days.
So you clearly can be vegan. So
I know, no, I know, I
why are
can't,
you
I can't,
not?
I can't, because that thing was just messing with my stomach too much.
What do you mean that thing? What are you talking about
Like
that
being
thing?
vegan, like who wants to eat a salad 24/7 of their lives?
Well, nobody said that. I don't eat salads 24/7, sir.
So you're eating vegan stuff, so it's basically a salad all day.
There's a plethora of vegan foods. You don't have to eat just salads. There's all kinds of legumes, pastas, breeds, meals, and nuts and seeds, and all kinds of amazing meals.
Yeah, that just sounds boring, mate. Just
Boring. There's
just
50,000
imagine. I'm telling
plant-based
you,
foods, sir. What do
okay,
there's
now look,
50,000 plant-based foods. I'm sure you can find some.
I guarantee if you put a poll right now in your comment section, you rather see a vegan burger, what was that, or a Beyond
Well,
Burger,
look, I
or they
understand the
rather
comment
see.
section. Oh my,
I know,
Joe,
I'm just.
please, please listen. I understand the comment section agrees with you. I know that already. The problem is, none of you guys have a good justification for harming animals. You're saying, oh, I don't want to be vegan because I don't want to eat that. Well, I'm sorry, sir. I don't think that just because something tastes bad to you or you don't like the taste of it, that doesn't, to me, justify slaughtering somebody, right? So again, first of all, I reject the notion that you can't find a vegan food that tastes good. There's thousands of them. You have not even tried.
Well, just what
Second of
pasta?
all,
But
taste
just
buds
what?
don't justify killing somebody.
Justify killing someone if he's about to do some harm to someone else, yeah.
Oh my God, you can't even track. Oh, it's like talking
You
to a
think you can
wall.
what's a good reason
Okay.
to unalive someone?
You're saying that you get to harm an animal because they taste good to you.
Mhm.
I'm saying that's not a good reason because I would never harm a person if they tasted good to me. And there's no difference between humans and animals morally. Can you point out a difference?
If you're a human and an animal, you know,
Yeah, a
one
morally relevant
we're
difference.
we're higher in the food chain, so we're more dominant than a cow. So obviously we can unalive a cow because we're more dominant than them.
No. First of all, just because I'm more dominant than a baby doesn't mean I get to kill it. I'm more dominant than a dog. Do I get to kill the dog because I'm more dominant? But more importantly here,
technically you
hold
could.
on. Hold on. More importantly, we don't have to kill an animal to be part of the food chain, right? We can still be the top of the food chain by being vegan. You don't have to eat a cow to be top of the food chain. So this is a non sequitur, right?
Brother, you have to understand. You have to understand. Not everybody can eat vegan. They could be allergic. What if they're allergic to salad?
Nobody's
they're
allergic to
beans.
salad, sir. And if you are, you can eat something else that's
All
vegan.
these vegan stuff got beans in it and stuff mushed together.
Okay, then you as a person have to decide, have to understand what you're consuming, and you find the foods that are going to be good for you. It takes responsibility and effort, sir. See, it seems to me that your only reason for not being vegan is you don't want to take the time to you don't want to make the effort. You don't want to be responsible. That seems like the reason why.
Responsible for what? For me? That's not my job to
For
be
consuming the
responsible.
right things, for consuming the right things.
But
You just
at
want
the
to eat
same time,
whatever
how
you
you
want to
know
eat.
what's healthy or not? Are you 100% sure being vegan is healthier than eating meat?
Yes,
Where's the statistics on that?
so there's a study called the Position of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. This is a group of doctors and scientists and nutritionists that say that vegan diets are suitable for all stages of life.
And how many doctors does this include?
Thousands. This is a
Thousands.
board of
Come on, bro.
doctors across
Thousands
the
of
world.
doctors. Thousands.
Yeah, this is a
And
peer-reviewed
all
study.
those doctors are vegans?
No, no, they're not. That's the point. It's a peer-reviewed study.
So if they're not vegan, why should I be vegan? So these doctors don't believe what they're saying?
It's about ethics, sir. We're debating ethics here. This is an ethical debate.
No, because this is easily can be fixed. Because you can still eat meat and work out every day and be healthier than a vegan that don't work out every day.
Yeah,
You
but you
can,
can still be healthy as a vegan. That's why it doesn't matter whether or not you can be healthy as a meat eater or not. Health doesn't matter here. What matters is ethics. And to me, you have no good justification for slaughtering animals.
I think if we tell you any good reasons, you're still not going to agree with their reason. You know that?
Yeah, that's an embarrassing thing. Embarrassing thing to say. It's not a good argument to make. Because you didn't give me a good reason that justifies harming animals. And if you did, I would always counter back with you with a comparable analogy with humans or some other thing. That's the point. That there is no difference between us and animals that justifies killing them. Because I can always find an instance of an animal who is comparable to a person. And there's no good reason to harm any sentient being, to me. Crybaby. But if I was up here saying we should slaughter dogs, legalize dog slaughter, you guys would all be crying in the comments, reporting me, right? Report me. He wants to eat dogs. But here I am defending cows and pigs. And all of a sudden, all you're saying is, you're a baby. Stop being a baby. Is it hypocrisy to me? It seems like hypocrisy to me, you know? All right, let's get the next guy.
All right, what's up, buddy? Can you hear me?
Yeah, how are you?
How you doing? I'm not really on here to justify eating meat because I see it on both sides of the fence. A lot of the problem is that we're over.
Yeah, we're not doing that shit, guys. Give an argument or go away. Yes, I made rent. I'm all good. I really appreciate you guys, all you guys that supported me out last night. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Yo, what's up?
Hi, what's your argument?
So, like, God is imaginary, definitely, but so is like government. Government is imaginary. So is like the army. So is a bunch of stuff.
All right, guys, only come up if you have an argument, okay? Hi, how are you?
What's up?
What do
Man, I had something, but I ain't got nothing right now.
you? Okay. Yes, I will mod Vanessa.
Hi, can I ask you a question about Biden?
Biden?
Yeah, do you like him?
Okay, yeah, to some degree. I think what he's doing is good for the most part. Why?
Because he's causing a genocide in Palestine.
Not causing a genocide. That's
Yes,
ridiculous.
he is.
He
He's
called
sending
for
money.
no, stop it.
He's
He
sending
called
money
for a
to Israel.
Stop. He called for a ceasefire. Okay, he doesn't control Israel. He doesn't control them. He
But
can't.
he's
He
sending
can't just
money
stop.
though.
He's sending money for Palestinians.
No, he sent money to Israel for
He's
weapons.
sending money to both because both need money. And I'm sorry, man, but we can't just stop a war. It's not going to happen immediately like that.
We don't have to
Biden does not
contribute
have that kind of
weapons.
control. Look, do you think if Biden wanted to stop the war, he would? Of course he
Yes.
would. Of course he would.
I mean, no, actually,
There's
he
clearly a
can, but he's
man,
not.
please. Shh. There's clearly a logistics issue. Israel are being stubborn. They're being stubborn. Okay. I know you're concerned. I know you're saying, hey, people are dying, and I agree, and everybody knows it's wrong. The problem is, Biden has no fucking authority to just stop a war. He can't do that because Israel is their own country with their own leader, and recently Biden has condemned him. It's working.
He has
The
condemned
world is recognizing now that
money
Israel's a
for
piece of
weapons.
garbage. Okay, so let's get back on track. Do you have an actual argument for us today?
Yes, he's still sending weapons.
Because they're fighting Hamas. They're fighting a terroristic group. There are many factors at play here, guys. It's not clear. It's not black and white. There's an entire dynamic. Okay. People, I understand your concerns. Why not stop the war? And from our perspective, you want to say, why not just stop the war, guys? But it's not that easy. Unfortunately, people are complex. People have different decisions. They have different agendas, different motivations. It's difficult to just sit there and say, stop the war. That's a hard thing to do. It sounds easy. Yeah, just stop fighting. But look, it's not that easy in reality. Okay? I wish it was.
Hi, you right?
Hi, what do you got?
Oh wait, I don't think I can hear you. Speak, sorry.
Hi.
Oh, it's silent. All right, I'll have to rejoin.
I don't know why TikTok does that all the time. It's so annoying. Only God can stop the war. The funny thing about that is that one of the causes of the war. Hi, how are you?
Hello. Yeah, I'm good. How are you? So I think humans do not cause climate change
Okay, why not?
because climate change is natural. We accelerate it though.
No. So climate change is natural, but it's also human made. Because what climate change is the warming of the earth, and we can cause that by emitting carbon emissions. So we know how much we're emitting, we know how much the earth is warming up, and all of it's because of us in the modern day. We are 100% the cause of the modern day climate change. We are driving it. No other factor naturally is causing any forcing like us.
You know, climate change happens over thousands of years, and since
We know.
the
I
ice
know that.
age.
We know that. A lot of climate
Right.
deniers don't even understand that we know that already. Climate change happened in the past, but now is what matters. We are driving up the temperatures now to such a degree that nature around us can't keep up. That's the problem. It's not about the earth. It's about humanity and society and the biosphere around us. That's the problem.
You know, a volcano could cool the earth by like 10 degrees with the ash.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen. That's a super volcano. Volcanoes, we emit 60 times more CO2 than all volcanoes on the earth combined per year. Okay? Volcanoes are not warming up the planet. If anything, they're cooling it a little bit. The
Yeah, that's
sun
what I'm
is not
saying.
warming
Like
up the
the
planet. Right?
ash,
We
the
are the
ash will cool
drivers.
it
We are
down.
the ones causing climate change.
You just said we accelerated. Like you just gave a bunch of
We
reasons
cause it.
why.
We are causing it
No,
today.
we're
We
not.
are causing it now in the modern era.
We accelerated with all the emissions we
We are
have.
causing it because we are the ones that are causing the biggest forcing of all natural forcings. There is no other natural cause that is warming the temperatures. It's only humans.
That's not true.
Prove it.
Prove what? That the natural cause.
Demonstrate that humans are not causing climate change.
I can't prove that, but I can tell you that humans are accelerating it.
Give me a source that shows that we are not causing the climate change, that it's natural right now.
Because it's happening for ever since the Earth
No,
was.
we're talking. Look, you don't understand climate science. You definitely don't. Okay, you don't even know what you're talking about. We know that climate has changed in the past. What we're concerned about is the today era, right? The modern era. That's what climate change means. It means the past couple hundred years, the temperatures have risen because of us, 100% because of us.
Now I know you.
There's no other
Bro,
reason.
no,
There's no
not
other
the
reason.
past 100. The Industrial Revolution was in the 1800s, and when
Yes.
and that caused a huge spike in population. So now that
Yes, we are driving the modern day climate change because of the Industrial Revolution. Yes.
right, but that's an accelerator. That's not a
No, it's not
cause.
accelerating. It's causing it. It's driving climate change 100%. Because if there was no Industrial Revolution, the Earth would not be warming at all.
How can you say that when the Earth warms naturally and cools naturally?
Okay, how long do the Milankovitch cycles take to warm and cool the Earth? How long?
Millions of years. Thousands of years.
Wrong. More like tens of thousands of years. Now, it takes thousands
I
of
said
years to
thousands.
initiate. Hold on, sir. It takes thousands of years to go into a cycle and come out of a cycle. Do you think that 200 years is enough time to cause this much warming of the Earth? 200 years? Is that enough time?
Again, we
No,
accelerated
it's
it.
not. The answer is no. 200 years is not nearly enough time for Milankovitch cycles to take hold of the Earth. We are the ones causing this rapid spike in temperature. It's like a hockey stick, literally.
Okay,
Temperatures
no,
are
we
going like
caused the
this,
rapid
and
spike.
then bam, they're going up because of humans.
We
We are
didn't cause
causing it.
climate change. You just said it. We caused
We
a
are
rapid
causing it.
spike.
Yes, we are causing that spike in climate change.
A spike in climate change. Climate change happens.
Spike in the global temperature.
It happens with or without us, though.
No, it doesn't. It would not happen if we were not here to cause that climate change. The
So you're
Earth would not
saying,
be warming up right now.
yeah, it would. It just
No, it
wouldn't
would
warm as
not.
fast.
Why would the Earth be warming right now when we be on a cooling cycle towards an interglacial period?
We just got out of an interglacial period, and it's
No,
still
we're not. We are still in one. We're moving into
because
one.
of
We're
the
moving.
two polar ice caps.
moving into one. We're moving into one right now.
What are you trying to say? According to who?
We're supposed to. We should have been cooling, but no. The temperature rise we're seeing is too drastic to be natural. That's why we are causing it.
No, we go back to what you said. We're supposed to be in a cooling period. According to what?
Oh my God. No, we're not supposed to be in a cooling period right now. I'm saying that if anything, we would have been cooling, but very little bit. The point is that whether or not without humans, the Earth would not be changing this much at all. It would not be changing at all in any significant way in just 200 years.
You just said that we're accelerating it.
We're causing it and now we're accelerating it. Yes, we're doing both.
So you're saying without humans, there would be no change in temperature on the Earth?
Correct.
That's wrong.
No, it is not wrong. And I'm sorry, sir, but you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You have no scientific understanding of climate science. You haven't given a single source today. No, I'm sorry,
Neither
sir.
have you. Neither
You
have you.
haven't given a fucking single source that demonstrates your point is correct. There
Neither
are
have you.
88,000 papers. There's a meta-analysis on this. The consensus of climate change, 99.9% of people and scientists and papers demonstrate Climate change is caused by humans.
Or I can say that too. I can say there's
No,
a
you
thousand
can't. No, you
papers.
can't. Can you demonstrate a single source?
Can you?
Yes. No problem. You want
All right,
this?
yeah, I can get on the internet too and
There it
find one,
is.
bro.
Great. Then do it. Do it, sir.
What you
Do
wait,
it.
wait, which
Give
one?
me a
Which one to
fucking
find?
source. Because this is embarrassing. You're not giving a single one.
Lower your tone, man.
Great. No, I'm not, because people like you are causing people to continue harming the earth, right?
How am I?
Your
How am I
ignorance,
causing it?
your deliberate ignorance is causing the earth to continue to warm.
I
So here's
agree with you that we accelerate.
Here's a source called Greater Than 99% Consensus on Human-Caused Climate Change in the peer-reviewed scientific literature by Mark Linus, Benjamin Holton, Simon Perry. This study is a meta-analysis on 88,000 climate-related papers published since 2012, demonstrating that humans are causing climate change.
What's the source on that?
I gave you the source, sir. Greater Than 99% Consensus on Human-Caused Climate Change in the peer-reviewed literature. It's in the environmental...
No. Like, who published it?
Mark Linus, Benjamin Holton, Simon Perry.
Okay, that's awesome. Now, so that's the source that says that humans are causing the sole cause.
Yes,
That's what that
we are the
paper
sole
says.
cause. There's no other cause but us.
That's so ridiculous to say, man.
Well, that's not an argument.
I know I gave you an argument. You just
No,
like
you
refused
didn't.
to.
It was shitty. It was a bad argument, and I debunked it by giving you a source that shows you're wrong. You don't have a counter source, and now you're
I
complaining.
can give you a source that, bro. I can look on the
Do
internet
it.
and find
Do it.
anything.
Do it. Give me a source.
All right, I got you.
Thank you. How long is this going to take, sir? Because I don't have all day to wait for you.
Bro, you could move on, bro, but just know you're wrong.
Okay. Oh. Okay. You want to say you're wrong with no source and just all your argument is no, you're wrong. That's entirely what your argument is.
That's not my
That's
argument. You
embarrassing,
just
sir. That's embarrassing. And
not
what's more embarrassing is the fact that people like this are deliberately ignorant on the topic because they don't care about actually learning the science. They don't care about understanding the climate system. They don't care about the science. All they care about is, I don't want to do anything. That's embarrassing. Take the effort and learn. We are causing climate change. Keep tapping. Thank you, guys. Hello?
Yeah, what's up? Hey, so I have a question for you. What caused the Sahara Desert to turn to a desert? Because before it wasn't. Did they have cars back then?
There are many different factors that have caused climate change in the past. The Milankovitch cycles, the
Well,
desertification of things, glacier melt, glacier
no,
runoff,
that doesn't make.
continent. Oh, sir, hold on. Shh. Let me respond. This is a great question. What caused climate change in the past? Milankovitch cycles, the precession, the eccentricity of the Earth, the axis, the axial tilt. All these things have caused climate change, but are on the order of thousands of years. It takes that long for those changes to occur. The changes we're causing today are so rapid that no natural forcing can explain it. It is
You are aware that the tilt has been changing 34 miles about I think like every year. I think it's
yes, it
I
always
think in the last
changes,
100
sir.
years it's changed by like I want to say 600 miles. And I think back in the medieval era from 1100 to 1400 AD it was actually warmer then. Did they have
Incorrect.
cars?
You're talking about
Oh.
the medieval. No, you're
Yeah.
talking about the Roman times.
No, not
Where,
the Roman times. The
sir,
Romans were before
you're
11
not-
AD.
sir, can I please answer your question?
Well,
You're
you
not giving.
mistakenly said that the Roman times were between 11
Sir,
and
please stop. Please stop.
1400 AD.
You're talking about a time in their history where it was not a global phenomenon. That was a regional warming area in the Arctic. It was not a global phenomenon. The global temperatures today are warmer than any time in at least the past couple million years. There are reasons why the Earth's temperature has risen in the past, none of which are relevant to the topic, because we are now the major forcing, the only forcing of climate change. No other forcing is causing this, not the actual tilt, not the sun, not volcanoes, not your mom's anus.
Speaking of volcanoes, what about that underwater
It is
volcano that
human
erupted in
factories,
2022?
human emissions.
Do you remember the underwater volcano that erupted in 2022 that sprayed a lot of water vapor into the atmosphere? And the scientists say that it has rapidly changed the chemical makeup of the stratosphere right now.
Sir, do you know what water vapor is?
Yeah, water vapor actually, what it does is
No,
when water
sir. Do you know what
vapor.
water vapor is?
Yes, I do. And
Okay.
do you know what water
Do you know that
vapor
it's
does?
just rain, sir? Do you know that it's just rain?
That is
It rains back
incorrect. Do you
down.
know what
Okay.
it
Do you
does
know
when
that
it's trapped in the
water vapor,
stratosphere?
sir? Please stop. Water vapor does not cause climate change.
Water vapor, when strapped,
Sir,
when water vapor
please
is.
quiet. Let me speak. Climate
They
change
let you speak
is
if you
not
want.
caused.
So
Oh
when
my God.
water.
Climate change is not caused by water vapor.
Yes, it
Water
is.
vapor is contingent on temperature rising. Water vapor is increasing not because of some kind of water vapor gas being produced. No, it's because we are rising the temperatures and more
Because you're
humidity.
wrong.
Humidity is
You're
rising.
because you're
More
wrong.
evaporation occurs. That's why there's more water vapor in the atmosphere,
You're
which
wrong.
is, yes, a warming forcing, but caused by humans. We
Wait,
are
did
the
you just say it was
ones.
warming forcing?
Yes, we are the
Yeah,
ones
so
who are
when water
causing the
vapor,
temperature to
when water
rise in
vapor,
the
when
first
there's
place.
more water vapor in the air, what happens is when the solar rays come into the world, what happens is it traps more radiation into the world. The more water vapor in our stratosphere, the more radiation we have stuck in
What's
our
the
planet.
residence, sir? Can you tell me the residence time of water vapor in the atmosphere?
Not offhand, no, but
It's
I've
like
read
10.
plenty
It's
of
like
studies. I've read plenty of studies. Don't shh
sir,
me, bro.
please
Don't
stop.
shh me,
Stop.
bro.
Listen, you don't listen. That's why you're this ignorant on the topic.
No, you're ignorant.
Water vapor has a 3-hour to 10-hour residence period in the atmosphere, which means if it's emitted, it rains back fucking down. It rains down again, sir. It doesn't cause warming.
Incorrect.
It doesn't cause warming, individually speaking, on a short-term basis. On a long-term basis, it can, but that's only because humans are raising the temperature. Again, it all comes back down to the fact that humans are the main drivers of these atmospheric changes, not the volcanoes.
Do you know what the sun's going?
The sun is not changing in any significant way that
The
would
sun is going to.
change the temperature of the planet. Now, can you give me a fucking source? Can you give me a source for your claims
For
before
the
you
next
cry?
10 years,
Can you give me a source for your claims,
there's
sir?
a solar flare event going on for the next 10 years.
Solar flares do not change the temperature of the Earth. Give me a source or go away.
We have the solar flares coming in the Earth.
Solar flares do not change the temperature of our planet.
The water vapor.
That doesn't change the
Quit
temperature,
fucking
sir.
muting me.
Can you give me a fucking source?
No.
Give me a source.
Why are you muting me?
Because you're not giving a source.
You need to stop.
Give me a source.
Yeah, fucking Google it.
That's not a source.
All over Google.
Google's not a source.
What you have to do is Google 2022.
That's not a source.
2022 volcano shot
That's not a source, sir.
water vapor into the.
That's not a source for climate change.
You read the fucking article, bro.
Bye-bye. Guys, if you're going to come up to my live where I actually have a fucking geoscience degree and pretend as if you think water vapor is the driver or has any significant climate forcing, I'm sorry, sir, but you got to bring a source for that shit. And saying, oh, just Google it. Anybody that says Google it is a joke. I'm sorry. Google is not a source. All right, so the next victim in here. Hi, how are you?
What's up, Mike? How's it going, man?
Great. What do you got?
Nothing, man. I just wanted to say that I appreciate the show. And that's all I got to say.
Thank you.
Yo,
How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Let me just start off saying this might be an insult, but sorry, your evil twin mother, evil twin brother, Mike, is like way hotter than you when he wears that blue shirt.
Okay, thank you. So, what's your argument today?
Not an argument, but I agree with God is imaginary. But the whole vegan thing, all I'll say is this: isn't it like, don't you view it as impossible as bringing like the whole world as vegan since the meat industry is so big and they don't want to lose money?
Well, this is what the slave owners said when we wanted to get rid of slavery. Oh, if I don't get rid of my, if I get rid of my slaves, I'll make no money, right? I'm sorry, but I think there are reasons why we should not harm the animals, no matter how much money they're making. But more importantly, there are programs around the world that are incentivizing farmers to transition over to plant-based farming or other jobs. So the point is that it's not like you're making it out to be. It's not like tomorrow we're all going to go vegan and everybody's going to be out of business. It's going to be a transition, of course, and I think that that's the solution. So there's nothing to worry about. I think that everybody should be vegan, and we should be aiming towards that.
I see, and I don't got nothing against you being vegan or anything, but I will
Thank
admit,
you.
I do
I
like.
don't care. I don't care about that. All I care about is if you have a good argument to justify killing animals. If you don't, then go away.
Well, it was an argument, just a question, and I'll go. Just like what is the best concrete way, to actually set a plan and get this thing rolling? That's it. You have a good one, man.
The best way to make a plan is to learn, educate yourself. Education, learning is always the key to change.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, great. Yeah, I was wondering, how do you know there's a connection between man-made climate change? Because there were periods throughout history, like the Younger Dryas and the floods and whatever, where things happen, the climate's changed naturally.
Yeah, we know that. We know the climate change naturally, but there's also human causes for climate change, right? When you emit 50 billion tons of CO2 per year, that's a human cause for climate change.
Yeah, but how can you prove there's a connection? I mean, what?
Because we know how much infrared radiation in the lower troposphere that CO2 traps. We can measure it with satellites, spectrometry. We can measure how much heating and warming is being caused by human emissions. And we can take a look at CO2 molecules. They have footprints on them that tell us that they're human made. There's certain isotopes.
Okay.
So we also know that there's stratospheric cooling in the atmosphere, which is a key sign that the warming is happening below us and not from outside of it, not from above. So it's not the sun, it's not volcanoes, it's humans.
Okay. Well, I am vegan anyway, but I don't fully understand the connection. So thanks for that. But I wanted to ask you one more thing.
Okay.
People don't seem to realize that animal agriculture is depriving humans of decent food as well, like because of all the food and the soy and everything chopping down the rainforests. And I can see that side of it. The lungs of the planet are being destroyed for the meat industry.
Yeah.
But people
they
don't
are.
seem
I
to
agree.
understand that. And they
Yes.
say, why do you care about animals? But really, you're caring about humans as well.
Yes, thank you. Guys, just learn about the animals, learn about the planet, learn about the environment. That's why I'm here. How are you?
Good.
Okay, what do you got?
I'm sorry. Am I allowed to be on live while driving or no?
I have a guest in here called Skibbity Toilet. Yeah, he's definitely not Gen Alpha. That definitely didn't give it away.
So, Mike, tell me, as human been designed for this world to live life into the earth, are we designed to live? That's my question.
Are we designed to live?
To live in this earth, are we physically be able to live in this earth?
We're not designed to live here. I mean, there's a big ball of plasma that's giving us skin cancer every day. That's not designed to me. We're not designed to be here. We're not placed here by some magic chess player. We
So
are.
basically, this
Hold
earth
on,
is not
hold
for human.
on, hold on.
Okay,
We
go ahead.
have survived and evolved to exist within certain parameters of our environment. That's why we're here. Not because of some magic god, but because we evolved to fit within these parameters. And if we didn't evolve, we die, right? Extinction's the rule. Survival is a rarity. So that's why we're here. Not because we're somehow privileged beings, but because we happen to survive and evolve. And if we didn't, we'd be dead.
So that's exactly my question. We human were not were designed to live in this earth forever. It's just a temporary. Am I right?
Yeah, now what's your
Because
point?
we get sick.
Yeah, what's your
Because
point
we
now,
get
sir?
sick.
What is your point? What is your point?
My point is that God is not imaginary. God has designed this world for a temporary, short period of time for human being.
Okay, where's your
So
evidence for that?
basically,
Where's your evidence for that? Where's your evidence for that?
evidence is look at all this religion. You know, people believe in God. For example, the Quran. It tells us all the prophet came down by God. Jesus, Moses,
Okay,
Abraham,
sir,
Musa.
do you think the Quran is all true?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, do you think that Muhammad split the moon?
Exactly. As scientifically it's been proven now recently that he's been split, isn't it? Google it.
No, it's not been, sir. It's not been split in two. The moon is still intact.
It's been. What happened?
The moon is still intact, sir.
Yes, but it was split, but it brought it back again together. That's what I mean.
Oh, he split it and putting it back together like a cookie? Okay.
But that's
No,
not
sir.
the
No, that
question.
didn't
The question
happen.
that
No.
we will not be able to live because we get sick. Why do we get lower back pain? It's scientifically proved that human not meant to be in the earth because then we get lower back pain and back pain because we're walking. The gravity is not for human in this
Yeah,
earth.
why would Allah make our spines so shitty?
Because this is a test for us. Because Adam is the first prophet that he denied
Okay, sir.
what God. You know
Sir,
what I mean?
do you think bone cancer in children, is that a test too? What test is that for?
Well, that's because as human nature, whatever we do when we have sex, if we have a sickness, it goes through our children, like to the baby. You can get through that, but that's not what God gives to the children. The sickness.
Sir, how in the world do you think
It
it's
depends
okay
on
if
parents what sort of drugs they use.
No, that's
If
not
they're
what I'm
using
saying,
drugs
sir.
or doing.
Sir, do you think it's fair for a child to suffer the consequences of the parents? Is that fair?
No, that's the parents' fault.
Exactly. So why should the children suffer?
Yeah, but they're gonna get the punished by God, their parents,
Why
not the
would the,
children.
why
The
should
children
the
will go to.
children why should babies suffer for what a parent did?
Well, that's exactly my question.
Why would
Why are
God
we
do
in
that?
this
Why
earth?
would
For what
Allah
reason?
do that? Why would Allah do that for babies? Why would he do that?
Allah didn't, my friend. Allah didn't do that to the children.
Then who
This
did?
is it's what
I
the
thought you said
parents.
I
Well,
thought
I
you
don't
said
know
it
what
was,
the
I
heck
thought you said it was a test.
the test when the baby, if the baby have some sickness when they're born, it's not Allah's fault, my friend. It's the parents' fault.
I thought you said that it's all a test. I thought you said that everything that's bad is a test by Allah.
For baby in Islam, for us after 11 year, after 16 or 18 years old, you don't have test. If you die, you go to heaven straight away. The test begins when you age limit, my friend.
The test begins at 10? 10 years old?
No, the test begins from 18 when you adult, like you know, you're understanding everything. You know what I mean?
How is that fair?
If a
How is
child,
that fair? So then you're saying,
because
so then you're just conceding that it's unfair for children to have bone cancer. That's definitely
no,
unfair
if they
because
die,
the test doesn't,
if
they're not
the
even
children,
being tested yet.
if the children die while they're young, they go to heaven straight away because they have no sins.
Okay, great. So why don't we all just die when we're children and we all go to heaven?
This is the test, like you know. Like
Okay,
we get,
why don't we just all why don't we all just die when we're babies so we all go to heaven? Yay!
look, the baby were born with diseases. They were parents' fault. If they die, they go to heaven. But the ones that grow up like us, an adult, and they're understanding what's good, what's bad, these are the test for us, my friend.
Okay, sir. I have just one more question before you go.
Yeah.
What when Muhammad had married the child Aisha when she was 9, do you think that was acceptable?
It's fault. Where does it show me? Show me where is it written? It's a fault.
It's written in the Quran that Aisha was 6.
Show me the verse. Show me the verse. It's a fake. It's a lie. Show me the verse. Which
It's not
one?
a lie, sir.
It's a
It's not a
rumor.
lie. Anybody
It's
in the
a rumor,
comments?
my friend. I can tell Mike is a gay. That's not true.
Anybody
You know,
in the
I can
comments?
tell rumors.
Anybody in the comments know the verse?
Comment it. I'll bet you $1,000. I'll send it to your account if you find a verse that Muhammad married Aisha at 6 years old. That's a lie, man.
Okay.
Just show me.
No problem. I will look it up for you.
I'll wait for you.
No problem. It's coming up. Anybody have the verse? Anybody know it?
See, you don't even know yourself, and you just you heard it from someone else, and you're saying here.
No,
You
I
need to
know the
research
verse.
first
Sir.
before you believe.
I read the verse before. I'm just trying to find. I don't know
Nah,
every Quranic verse there is.
In my whole life, entire life, I've never
Okay,
seen
here
in
it
the
is.
Quran
I got
said-
it. Oh, I got it, sir. I got it. Sahih
Okay, show me.
al-Bukhari. Sahih
Bukhari is not a
al-Bukhari.
Quran, my friend. Quran is not Sahih Bukhari. It's a book written by men.
It's in the Hadith, sir. 5134.
Sahih
The
Bukhari
Prophet-
is not a Quran, my friend. It's a book written by
Sir,
Jewish.
Stop. The Prophet married her when she was 6 years
You're
old.
lying, man. You're lying. Sahih Bukhari is
It's
written
in the
by Jewish men.
Sahih Bahida.
It's not a Quran. Show me from the Quran. Quran is for Muslim, not the Sahih Bukhari. I don't
Okay,
even
great.
believe in
So
Sahih
then-
Bukhari.
Okay, great. So then all you believe in is the Quran. You don't believe the hadiths
Quran,
at all.
yes.
So you don't think any of the hadiths are good or legit.
The hadith, most of them written by Jewish people. They're against Islam.
No, that's not what I asked you, sir. Do
Yeah.
you think
No,
that
I don't believe.
what percent of hadiths are bad or unreliable?
Look, there are books that we don't even believe them. We don't even trust them. One of them is Sahih Bukhari. Sahih Bukhari is not Muslim book. Show me from Quran where Allah reveals it, the Quran. Show me in there. Stop lying, man.
Stop it. I'm not lying.
You don't know. You said that you show it from Quran.
Many Muslims agree with the hadiths. So why do you think they're wrong? Right? Like this is the problem. How do you know which verses are bad, which verses are good, which hadiths to be take seriously, which to not? You
Show
don't.
me one thing from the Quran that is against humanity, against anything. One word, one surah. Show me one surah.
The Quran says that there is an Adam and Eve, Noah's Ark. That never happened. The moon split in two. That never happened. It says that milk was pure. That's not true. It says that stars
Well, show
fall
me
from
the
the
proof.
sky.
Show me the proof. Anyone can just say labber around, man. You can show the proof. Show the proof.
68:2.
Quran.
Quran 68:2 says stars.
68. There is no 68 my friend. You're just saying that because you got no proof.
chapter 60, verse 2. Yes.
Okay, read it. Read it for the people. For
It says the
400
stars
people.
can fall from the sky.
Nah, don't lie, man. You never
I'm
read the
not
Quran
lying,
in your
sir.
whole life.
Stop saying I'm lying and read your
The
Quran.
more, I bet
1666.
you, Mike, I bet you if you read Quran,
Stop.
you will come the next day you say God exists. That's what you're gonna say. If you read the Quran.
1666 says cow's milk is pure. Do you think that's true?
Cows know what?
It says cow's milk is pure. Do you think that's true?
Cow milk is pure, of course. It's good for our
No,
bones,
it's
for
not.
our
It's full
health.
of it's full of bacteria and puss and shit.
Nah, I drink cow's milk. It's pure. I'm still healthy.
It doesn't make it pure, sir. It's not pure to drink milk. There's bacteria in it. Your
Oh,
Quran is
come on,
wrong,
man.
sir.
We drink every morning. The whole world drinks milk every morning. With the
Okay,
tea,
but
with
it's
the
not
coffee.
pure. Do you agree that it's not pure?
It is pure. It's clean, and we all
No, it is
drink it. And
not.
by the
It's not
doctor, it
pure,
says it's good
sir.
for your bones.
Sir,
Scientifically proved.
cow's milk is not pure. It's full of bacteria. Even pasteurized is full of shit and puss.
It's a good bacteria. It's good bacteria that it helps your bones
No, it
and
is
your
not.
body.
It is not good bacteria.
is.
There's all kinds of terrible
It is.
bacteria in there.
Come on, Mike.
How about chapter 81:2 where it says the stars will fall down? How is that
Yes,
possible?
it will fall down when the end of the world. It will fall down on top of your head.
sir. Do you know what a star is? Do you know how far away stars are?
For God is nothing. He can do anything he
No,
wants.
that's not what I asked you, sir. Stars can't fall to the ground. We would fall into a star. They're bigger than we are.
Where does it says which surah?
81:2.
Read it for me, please.
Stars will fall from the sky. Skulls fall down from the sky. That's what it says,
So
sir.
what's wrong? So what's wrong with that?
Stars don't fall. They're not in the sky. They're literally light years away. They can't fall.
See, you found little mistakes, like you don't read the whole basic thing that they will educate you.
Oh, so there is a mistake in the Quran. It's not all
No,
perfectly
it's
God
not a mistake.
law.
By falling star is not a mistake, my friend.
Okay, then show me how a star can fall from the sky when the sky there's no stars in the sky.
Why don't you read the surah that it says, "Look around you, everything is proven by God"?
Oh,
Why
you're
don't you read that
pivoting. You're
surah?
pivoting. Great, you're pivoting. Now, can you please agree that your Quran made a mistake?
No, it's not a mistake.
Then
If
show
God
me
wants to fall the stars,
Then show me that stars can fall from the sky. Go ahead. Let's show me that.
I'm not a God. Astaghfirullah, man.
Oh, okay. So whenever I point out mistakes in the Quran, you say, "Oh, well, God has a reason." That's ridiculous.
And
sir.
also-
that's
also-
irrational. You're being irrational.
Human eat meat, and it's good for us. If it was
No,
bad,
it's not
we
good
wouldn't
for
be
you.
able
It's not good for you. Meat raises the risk of heart disease, as cancer. Milk raises the risk of osteoporosis. Milk is not
That's
healthy for
pig.
you. Neither is meat.
Pig meat is not good. It says in
All
Quran,
meat is
don't eat
bad for
pig.
you. All meat raises your risk of heart disease, especially meat,
No.
especially cow's meat.
All right, Mike. That's all for today. I'll bring some more for you tomorrow.
You didn't bring anything today, sir. All you brought was your irrationality and your lack of logic.
No, you're stuck. You didn't answer me. So I'll bring some more answers for you tomorrow.
You didn't answer
Have a good
me.
day.
You didn't answer me, jackass. You're the one who's not answering questions, and now you're running away. Like, just look at the dishonesty today we've witnessed. Look at how dishonest they are. Oh, the Quran is true. Yeah, we split the moon. Trust me, bro. Oh, yeah. Oh, here's a verse that it's wrong. No, God has a reason. God has a reason. Aisha, 6 years old. Oh, that's the hadith. I don't take that seriously, but many other Muslims do. How do you know? So I asked him, how do you know that they're different? How do you know which ones to take literally, which ones to take metaphorically, which ones are not reliable? He didn't answer. Right? How can you engage with someone like that who just doesn't want to answer any questions and just is motivated to pretend they're right? All right, let's see the next guest in here.
Hello, Mike.
Hi, how are you?
Doing pretty good. So you say God is imaginary, right?
Yep.
Why? Because you can't see him?
No, it's illogical. There's many fallacies. There's many inconsistencies. We got the problem of evil, the omni paradoxes, all kinds of definitional inconsistencies in God.
If everything was all good, right? Would it be necessary to have law enforcement?
So you got to speak up. We can't hear you.
If everything was good, would it be necessary to have law enforcement? Would you actually have your free will?
No, that would be a better world. A world where there is no evil is a better one where there is evil, to me.
Would you have choices, though? You would actually be
What's your
controlled.
point, sir? What's your point?
Oh, see, in a way, we have our own free will, our own choices, based on certain options that we can choose. Many variables, right? And based on
No, not right. I disagree with free will. I don't think we have free will. But I'll grant you it for the sake of argument. But what is your point here?
why, if we want,
Free will is. Are you saying that are you saying that evil is necessary for free will?
what I'm saying is, there's so many variables, right? If there ain't bad in the world, right? Then why would there be a choice? If there's no choice, all you do is good, and you can't do evil, would that technically be free will?
Okay, let me ask you a question. Does God have free will?
I believe he has his own choices, yes.
Okay, does God ever choose evil?
I do believe he judges in certain ways.
No, does God ever choose to do an evil action?
Well, it is written that he created the evil one.
So God chooses to do evil. God is evil.
Well, in a way, the world needs balance, right?
That's not what I asked you, sir. Is God evil? Does God choose evil ever?
Let's just say, okay, he's in charge of good, right? And somebody's in charge of evil.
I can't do that. I can't do this. I really can't do this. It's so frustrating when your interlocutor doesn't know how to track to logic. It's so frustrating.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, how are you?
I'm pretty good. Yeah, I'm curious to talk to you about veganism. I came into one of your troll debates the other day. I think my perspective
No,
is
it's not a troll debate, okay? You don't say it's a troll debate. That was a valid debate that was showing and pointing out the hypocrisies in the non-vegan view. So don't just say it's a troll debate as if you had something there. I know who you are.
no, I don't phrase it in.
I know who you are because you came up and you're the troll. You're the fucking troll. So give a valid argument against veganism or go away. You're wasting our time otherwise.
I didn't mean that in a negative way. I think that trolling is perfectly fine. I meant
I don't care.
it was
I don't
satirical.
care. I don't care. What's your argument?
So my argument is I believe that veganism is morally superior to non-veganism. I definitely think veganism is the moral choice to make. But I believe that.
Okay, great. Thanks for conceding. Automatic win for me. Thank you.
How's it going, man?
Great. How are you?
Good. So with veganism, basically I'm thinking if meat became banned from stores, you weren't able to obtain it, I would probably hunt for it, and I don't see why that's wrong.
Well, because you're harming an animal for no good reason. You're taking the life of.
Well, there's benefits of meat, and our stomachs are designed to break down different proteins in meat, and it does benefit you in certain ways. There are
No,
negatives
it
with a lot
doesn't.
of meat
Look, it
now in
doesn't matter
stores
how it
because of the
benefits
stress
you.
that
Look,
the
sir.
animals
Look,
are. Hold on, I'm talking. So I'm gonna finish, and then you can go. That's
you're rambling, right? The point I'm trying to make to you is that it doesn't matter if it's healthy or not. That's irrelevant. What matters is, should you do it? Should you harm an animal when it's not necessary, right? I can be healthy as a vegan. So give a counter argument. Don't just say, oh, I like it because it's healthy for me and it tastes good. Give an actual argument that shows me that you have to eat meat and justifies it, right? Can you do that for us today?
all right. Well, I never said that I have to eat meat. That's not what I said.
Then why do you do it when you know it causes harm?
Causes harm to an animal. I have less problem causing harm to an animal than I have causing harm to a human. Or
Why? Why?
well, because I relate to humans on a different level.
In what way?
In the way that they're the same species as me, and if
Okay.
I were to run into an animal in the wild, like let's say a lion or a hungry bear or whatever it is, and they're hungry, they're gonna do the same thing to me.
Yeah, but just because a deer or a bear or a lion attacks somebody doesn't mean you get to kill them, right? You're not
Well,
in the
that's
wild. Sir,
self-defense, isn't it?
stop. No, you're not in the wild right now.
No, I'm not.
Just
But
because
people were in the
look,
wild
what you're
before,
saying
so
is, look,
that
oh, Hitler did something bad 40 years ago, so I get to murder. This is what you're saying, right? No, somebody else's actions doesn't justify you to do those same actions.
no.
You're
But I'm
not in
saying
that
it's very
situation.
possible
You're
for me
not
to
in.
be in that situation.
Hold on, sir.
Okay, well, you don't hold on for me. That's all I'm.
Because you ramble. I get to the point, right? You're rambling. So you're saying there's a difference between us and animals. What's that difference? What's the morally relevant difference that justifies killing an animal? Can you name that characteristic? Yeah.
The difference for me is I can sit here and communicate like we're doing right now and relate to you. Whether you like it or not, there's other things that we can agree on. That's just because I don't agree that I have to eat.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, great. So you're saying because you can't talk to an animal like you can talk to a person. Is that correct?
I'm saying, well, yeah.
Okay.
You can
So what if
articulate to me.
Okay, so what if there was a person who was disabled and you couldn't talk to them? They couldn't talk to you. Would that make it okay to eat that disabled person?
Well, no, I wouldn't eat the disabled person in the first place. I don't know
Why
why I
not?
would eat
But
a
they
human that.
can't. But you can't talk to them. You can't talk to them, sir.
All right, well, hold on. But before we keep, I'm open to having a conversation first off, so I don't need you to do all that. I'm just, you could just talk to me normally. I mean, at least try.
No, sir.
That
I
would
wish
help.
I could, but you're the one harming animals with no reason to do it, and you're
I'm
using
not
these
harming
ridiculous
animals.
arguments. These are
Hold on.
ridiculous argument. Just get to the point. What is the reason that justifies killing animals to you?
So hold on. You are on here with your points that you feel strongly about, okay? So what a debate is I am trying to understand your point of view and you are trying to understand mine, or maybe you're not. I don't even think you are, to be honest. Are we gonna just have a simple conversation? That'd be nice, where you share your point, and it feels like you have your point, and there's no talking to you, which is it's not fun to debate like that. I'm just trying to tell you that I eat animals because, well, for one, it's not like how is it morally wrong to eat an animal? I want to understand that from you.
Because they're sentient and they're conscious just like humans. There's no good difference. There's no difference between us and animals that justifies doing it. Can you point to a difference now, please?
Well, I don't know one other than the simple fact that I relate to humans, so that therefore I do not want to kill a human. I can relate to
Okay,
humans
great.
on a deeper level
What
than
if
I
there was a
can.
person, sir? What if there was a person who you do not relate to at all? Would you kill that person?
relate to. I'm not gonna relate to someone I don't know, but I relate to them as I look them in the eyes, and I can see that they feel and they see, and they have the exact same.
So do animals. So do animals. Animals think and see and don't want to die. Why do you kill the animals? There's no difference to me, to you. What's the difference?
Okay, yeah, animals want to survive. That's the point, yeah. And they survive off of eating other animals, most of them.
Oh my gosh, sir. Can you point out a difference between us and animals that justifies killing them?
I just tried to, and you're dismissing it. I'm saying that I can relate to people.
You can relate to animals too.
You're telling me you and a horse relate more than you and a human you don't
Horses
know.
have emotions just like pigs.
Yeah, I mean,
We
I'm
can toy
sure,
with them. We can,
of course, there's
sir, can
parts
you
of your
relate to
brain
a
that,
dog?
yes,
Sir, can you
absolutely.
stop? Shh.
Don't tell me to shush,
Can you,
because
can
in
you, can
person,
you?
I know you're not doing that, so don't do that.
Oh my gosh. Can you relate to a dog? Of course you can. People relate to dogs. People call dogs family members. Of course you can relate to an animal. We are animals, right? There's no difference. They're still cuddly. They're still cute. We all know you can relate to a dog. So why is it that all of a sudden when it comes to a cow or a deer, you get to slaughter them and grape them and harm them? Why? There's no difference. There's no difference. Show me the difference.
Okay, so I do want to say this. I want to say that the mass production of meat in store.
Stop. Point out a difference.
Hold on,
Stop
is
the
it
fucking
is it
monologuing. Point out a difference.
okay? So are we gonna have a conversation, or are you just gonna? I mean, I'm just trying to say.
Guys, just all you gotta do is point at a difference. If you can't do it, then just recognize you're being hypocritical, right? It's that simple.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm good, thanks. I just wanted to pop in here because I've been a vegetarian myself for 25 years. 5 of those years I've been vegan, but I will say in a situation of survival, meat consumption is absolutely valid.
Okay, great. So what do you disagree with here?
Uh, I mean, I would say that, you know, in a situation of survival, that meat consumption, like I just
I agree.
stated,
I
is
agree. I
absolutely
agree.
valid.
Thank you. I agree. That's it. Being vegan doesn't mean that you never harm an animal for any reason. No, there's always justifications. Um, if you're dying, if you're starving in a forest and you have to eat a squirrel to survive, that's justified, guys. You're not gonna. That's okay. Okay, we're not. We're not saying that vegans have to starve. You can't. You must die. That's ridiculous. We're saying to do the best you can.
Hey Mike, how you doing?
Irritated? How are you?
I'm doing all right. So, listen, I mean, it really comes down to choice. I mean, you've taken it to a whole new level. You are like Dr. Doolittle somehow, and these animals somehow you're
Hey,
able to
can you
connect
stop
them to the
monologuing, sir?
stab.
What is your argument today? What's your argument?
Well, my argument is that uh, you know, you're all about the safety of the animals and whatnot.
No, I'm
When
not. I'm not about this. I'm not a safety expert. I'm
well,
not.
you don't,
Sir,
you're against.
stop. I'm not Bob the Builder going out in nature going, hey guys, don't do that, animals. Hey, don't eat that zebra lion. Got it. All right. See you next time. See you tomorrow. I'm not doing that. I'm not Ace Ventura. I'm about not fucking harming anybody. I don't have to harm. Come on. Learn what veganism means before you come up here. What is your proper counter? You can't debate if you don't know how to counter me. Like, come on, man. Boomers, I forgot boomers don't know how to unmute themselves.
Hello. So I'm gonna make the argument because I have a farm where I farm dogs, and I also use them for their milk, which is a good source of B12.
Haha, very funny. How are you?
Hey, what up?
What do you got?
I only requested because I agree with everything you're saying. So I don't know if I should be up here.
Yeah, me neither. Hi, how are you? Good.
I was in your live the other day. You took me out like immediately.
I can see why. What do you got?
What? I'm just talking. Why? Why you don't like me right off the bat?
Do you have an argument, sir?
I mean, yeah. Obviously, like, there's nothing really that anybody can say that can prove the existence of God. Like, it's all just theoretical.
Okay, now I know why I kicked you. Rings a bell now. Next. Hi, how are you?
Hi. Okay, so let's see. Any of these points I'm being asked to counter pretty much?
Sure.
Okay. God is a really big topic that I feel like I want to start with veganism. I used to be vegan for a long time. So you're supporting veganism? Is that what I'm understanding, or are you not supporting it?
Well, when it says go vegan, I'm pretty sure that means support, you know.
So you're telling people to
What
go.
is your argument today? Yeah, what's your argument?
Could I ask what your reasoning is for veganism? Is it the climate change? Like, does it have to do with the climate change and all
No,
of
it
that?
has to do with the animals. That's why you're vegan in the first place. It's for the animals.
Well, not everybody is vegan for the animals. Some people say it's better for their health. Some people say it's better for the environment.
Well, I'm an ethical vegan, man. And ethical vegans are only vegan for the animals. So do you have a counter for that?
That, I guess, would be preference. You should definitely state ethical purposes up at the top.
Look, why do you think what justifies harming animals to you ethically?
What justifies harming them?
Yeah.
It's an unfortunate thing, but I do believe that there is a purpose for them being on this earth and some of them needing to feed us.
Why do they need to feed us?
Because their meat contains the essential nutrients and properties that our bodies need to survive.
So do plants. So do plants.
They're not bioavailable, so our
Yes, they are, ma'am. I've been vegan for 6 years. I'm perfectly healthy and fine. I can get plenty of amino acids and proteins and B12s. There's nothing I can't get as a vegan. As long as you're getting a well-planned diet, you can be perfectly fine.
You can survive, but you may not be in optimal health.
What do you mean by optimal health? What does that even mean?
It means, again, the bioavailability of a lot of these foods is not as
What foods are not bioavailable such that I cannot be vegan?
so again, it's optimized. So there are certain amino acids that you can find in different plants, but they're not going to be absorbed by the body as
Yes, they
efficiently.
will be. Can you give me one source that shows there's some amino acids that I cannot absorb as a vegan?
Well, again, I'm trying to make the idea that you can absorb them, but it's not going to be optimal as it would be if you were
What's
consuming.
optimal to? And why is it so that I cannot be vegan?
Have you looked into any like ex-vegan?
Oh my gosh, ma'am. Do you have any fucking sources or do you have a Reddit page with ex-vegans? I can find you ex-carnivores, ex-meat eaters. Most meat eaters have heart disease and cancer. Look, health is fucking irrelevant here. You can be healthy as a vegan. The position of the Academy of Dietetics and Nutrition states this. This is the doctors and nutritionists around the world. As long as you're getting a well-planned vegan diet with the correct amino acids, you'll be fine. So what justifies slaughtering animals when it's not needed?
it's not everybody's preference to live that way. Some people don't. Also,
I know it's not your preference. I know that, ma'am. I'm asking you what justifies your preference.
there are also certain people who can't handle vegan diets. There are certain people who can't eat certain foods.
Veganism is not a diet. It's an ethical stance, right? But more importantly, anybody can be vegan. It's not a diet. It's about minimizing cruelty. And I don't see why you have to eat meat. There's no reason why you have to eat meat, ma'am.
I started to feel very sick after my 5 years of being vegan, to the point where I know I have a couple friends that were also vegan for the same time period. And
Look, then the fault you made, the mistake you made was not learning more about the diet, learning more about a plant-based nutritious diet.
I
Have you
actually
talked,
hold a nutrition certification.
ma'am, have you talked to a plant-based nutritionist?
Yes, I held a plant-based
And
certification.
what did they tell you? Did they tell you about that? What you consulted them? What did they tell you?
They tell you the types. Well, again, I held one. I held that certification.
Okay, great. So then show me why I can't be vegan. What was making you sick? Was it the
So
broccoli? Was it the vegetables? What was
yeah,
making
again,
you sick, man?
our bodies don't optimally digest cellulose, which is the main component, obviously, in plants.
That's the entire point. We're not supposed to digest it. It's the fibers required for the bowels, for the stomach, to move the muscles of the stomach.
So that's why a lot of vegans are in the bathroom all the time, because they're not necessarily absorbing anything. It's kind of just going right through
I
them.
use the bathroom normally, ma'am. If some reason you're sick on a vegan diet, it's because you did something wrong. It's not because of veganism. It's because you perhaps ate something that was incorrect. What did you eat as a vegan?
Basically, whole plant-based foods, beans, broccoli, kale, just anything, quinoa. It was very standard plant-based whole food diet.
Okay, and what do you think was making you sick? And what makes you think that was making you sick?
I genuinely think that I was lacking a lot of nutrients. It was lacking
Where are the nutrients that you're lacking that you didn't get? And why didn't you get them from your vegan foods?
because again, not everybody can optimally
What
have
do
a
you
vegan
mean?
diet.
What? Look, you're a nutritionist, ma'am. You said you're a plant-based nutritionist. So why can't you tell me what nutrients that you could not get as a vegan and what was making you sick?
I didn't get specific blood tests to find out what I was. I just stopped the diet and then I felt better. So that to me is anecdotal evidence.
It's anecdotal, right? People that are carnivore eating meat, they can stop the diet and feel better too. I would never use that as arguments against eating meat. It seems to me that you don't even know what was wrong with you and you made a bad decision. I suggest you go back to the drawing board and learn more about vegan foods. But yeah, even if you're, even if for some reason being vegan was a little bit unhealthy, which is not true at all, I still wouldn't consider that a justified reason to harm animals when I can be healthy as a vegan to some degree. But yeah, fortunately, I suggest you go learn more about the plant-based nutrition. All right, let's get one last victim here because I'm really tired. What time is it? 11?
Hello?
Hi, what's your argument?
Not really an argument, more like an agreement. I agree with you on the God
Guys,
is
only come up if you disagree. Do not come.
Hey, buddy.
How are you?
I'm good, man. I really don't have anything to say, man, but why are you trying to get every
Look, guys, I don't know if you guys are aware, but 90 billion animals are suffering as we speak around the world. Seems like nobody cares about that, right? Like the amount of suffering that you guys are causing is tremendous. But the worst part about that is that it's not necessary, right? That's why I'm doing this. I fucking hate debating veganism. I hate debating about God. I hate this shit. But look, I'm trying to help people. I care about you guys. I care about the earth. I care about the animals. I care. Right? So that's why I do this. I'm not forcing you to go to vegan. I'm not forcing you to. I'm suggesting that, hey, maybe you should look into this, right? Maybe this is something to take into consideration. You know. I wish I could, you know, do other things. Talk about other things. Science makes me happy to talk about that. I love talking about science. But I think these are issues that need to be, you know, exposed more.
Hey, Mike. So hopefully I'm your last victim tonight, and you can end this live, go to bed. So basically, I've watched a couple of your lives, and what it comes down to is always ethically, it's not okay to make animals suffer. But basically, the American population and most humans value human life over animals. So
I agree. I value my life over your life.
Really?
But that doesn't justify me killing you if I don't have to.
Well, what you had for the vegan, you said, what justifies animals dying? That was what it said yesterday. Now it says go vegan. But for the average American, you really cannot make a difference by going vegan unless it was.
Well, that's what the slave owners said in the 1800s. You won't make a difference by taking away a couple slaves. But over time, more and more people left slavery and they made laws. And now the entire world, before you know it, entire America has abolished slavery.
Well, Mike,
change takes time. It takes time, sir. And of course, we're not going to stop all death tomorrow. But Rosa Parks and all other people that, you know, were for that movement, civil rights movement,
the problem with that, Mike,
they did not think that it would change the next day. They knew
I
that
know,
there would be
I
time.
know.
So
But
what
Mike, listen.
you're arguing a non-point here.
Okay. Well, the difference between that is that's human rights that change because they are humans, and we are a society of humans. We are the top of the food chain, and this is how the world works.
No, it doesn't have to, though. It doesn't have to.
I know it doesn't have it.
So then
it
why do
really
you
is
partake
going
in
to.
this? What justifies partaking in animal cruelty?
What justifies it? It's not ethical. It isn't
So
ethical
then why do you do it? You know it's wrong. Why do you do it?
because you cannot make a difference. It's the truth. Listen, you are right. You are right.
Okay,
But
how about
listen,
this, Sonny? How about this, Sonny? If one person stops, how many murders are there around the world? Thousands a day, right? Thousands of murders. If one person stopped murdering, would that make a big difference?
it would not.
Would that justify murder?
No.
There you go. There you go. Just because one person will not change the world doesn't justify continuing that action. That's a bad justification to me.
Yeah, I understand that, but I mean,
You
murder.
You don't.
I
You
mean,
just
murdering
want.
another human
You just
being,
look.
person.
Look. At the end of the day, you're just lazy, and you don't want to put the effort in. Look. I'm not being rude here, but let's face the facts. You just don't want to change. That's all, right? You don't think it's too big of a deal.
You know why?
Just continue eating food, and you're fine. The problem is that
Yes, Mike.
the people who do care about effort, putting effort into this, are the ones who will make history happen. We're the ones who will change the world,
Mike,
and you won't.
you were calling me personally
Our
lazy.
descendants will look back onto these days and go, wow, look at Sonny. Look at what he did. He was like a slave owner. We'll look back on you like we did slave owners today. That's the point. That we can be authors of change. And to me, the fact that you cannot grasp the bigger picture is the problem. There's a bigger picture at hand. Saying what you just said is selfishness. Oh, it won't make a big difference. I won't make a big difference, so I won't change. It's selfish. When I always talk about others, animals, people, the environment, it's always about those things, never about me. So That's all. Everybody, please subscribe to my YouTube. Hope you enjoyed the live. Someone said, my food intake is none of your business. Okay, so do you think it's okay to eat people? No, Mike, that's terrible. Don't be a cannibal. Well, I thought it was none of your business. This is where it goes. Right? This is where it leads you to. When you say, oh, I don't mind what I eat. No, we do care what you eat, right? Because what you eat could be harming somebody, especially the animals. Comparing humans to animals, what's the difference? What's the difference? We are animals. We're just one type of ape. That's all we are. We're another animal, guys.